All right, so we're going to start by reviewing this front view swing. And there's a couple things I want to do. I'm going to draw a line or two here. We're going to talk just setup to begin with. What I want to see change about this setup is I want to see your hips a little closer to right, or your left hip a little closer to right over your left heel. Okay, and the reason is you tend to have a sway in your backswing. I want you to watch how your left knee is going to move as you start turning back. It's going to start moving in, and your hip's going to start swaying a little bit through the line. You do a pretty good job of controlling and limiting how much it happens, but that's still putting you in a position where you really have to move your hips forward a lot in your downswing to be able to generate an inside-to-out swing path. Inside-out swing paths is going to be the more consistent one as far as the experts are concerned. When it comes down to it, the pros are more commonly swinging from inside to out versus the amateurs. And the more outside to in you swing, the higher your handicap tends to be. So that's a huge indicator of skill level. What we see as you start the downswing, you just kind of spin. You hang right back there.
Yeah.
And you can see how your knees are still kind of buckled.
Yeah.
That's causing you to start to rapidly rotate this club face. And you're going to see that one was hit with that club face a few degrees closed and a little bit off the toe. As you see, it actually opens up after impact. So that's really going to be a big pull. Okay?
It was.
So now let's look at this swing here from the side view. All right, let's look at that setup to start with. I really like to see a more closed setup for people that struggle with slicing the ball, okay? And what that means is we're going to take and aim your body more to the right of your target,
Right.
okay? So in doing that, we're going to see the swing path change a little bit. You do see how your right knee is kind of out in front, your right hip's kind of out in front. You can't really see any part of your left arm. That's an indicator that we're a little open to our target. We're aimed left. Okay,
yeah.
That's going to kind of skew that club path left. Watch the takeaway here. Okay, I would definitely like to see more turn and your hands be just a little bit closer to your body. So a good reference point is to have your hands basically cover your belt buckle at this position. The other aspect of this is we see this club face being open. Obviously, that's something that you've done to prevent those pulls. You started rolling your face open more. What we're going to have to do at some point in time is teach you to close that, but that's going to be a later point in time once we've stopped that outside to in swing path. Okay, let's continue. I really like this position here. Notice where your hands are kind of intersecting right in the middle of your bicep. The only problem with this is we could see a little bit more turn, like we already talked about. KVS tells us you're turning about 72 degrees consistently. Tour average is in the mid 80s. You do see people that can get it done at 72, but it honestly forces you to be a lot better in a lot of other areas.
Right.
So let's see, as you get to the top of your swing, not a bad position again. We see a little bit of depth here where it's behind your shoulder. Could maybe get a little bit more, and that's where that extra turn will really help you. Let's watch this downswing move. You're going to see what's going to happen is this club's just going to kind of go straight out. Goes down through your shoulder. At this position, this really tells us a lot about the club path.
Yeah, outside in.
Outside to in. So what's going to happen now is you got to fight to swipe across this ball, or else you're going to hit it way off the heel. Okay, lead to a worse shot. So that's exactly what you do. You swipe across it, club swings left real fast, and then you kind of try to hold it off, which is what results in the fact that it doesn't fade back to your target. If you got this club swinging lower left, you would see more of a fade. Okay, but overall, I see the tendencies that we got to change. We got to stop you from swaying. We've got to change that club path, and those two things do have an effect on each other. So we may just start with sways and see the club path start changing immediately. But what we really want to focus on is making sure that we get that centeredness of contact to go along with that. So sways, club path, and centeredness of contact are our main focus. With all those things, you're going to generate more power as well. So that's just an extra